It's enlargement time. The idea of making the EU bigger has been gaining momentum since the start of the war in Ukraine. And it will now be one of the main topics at 2 consecutive summits of European leaders this week in Granada, Spain. Western Balkan countries, which have already been in the queue for decades, and newcomers like Ukraine and Moldova have stepped up pressure on the bloc as they look to join the club as soon as possible. But before the EU grows from being a 27-member union to more than 30, nearly everyone agrees that some things have to change.
But there will have to be a reorientation of the big spending priorities on agriculture and cohesion, because obviously Ukraine, if it came in without any change, would eat up most of the budget, and that will not be acceptable to many member states. So there will have to be a difficult negotiation in terms of the budget, who pays in, who gets what the priorities will be.
He adds that previous rounds of enlargement missed the opportunity to reform the current unanimity vote to avoid vetoes in key topics like foreign affairs. And it's an idea that the larger EU countries share as well. In a recent report on enlargement by France and Germany, it highlighted exactly this. The text also proposes creating different levels of membership. But for this Romanian MEP, belonging to the EU should mean the same rules for everyone.
We need to be very careful in not having second-hand countries within the European Union, because I heard a lot of talk here in Brussels as well about the idea of having, first-grade countries, maybe the old countries, and then newer countries to be like second-hand countries. And it's a very bad thing, and it's a very bad idea.
Whatever the outcome in Granada, EU accession is a long and tedious process. And faced with an already difficult task when it comes to member states voting, leaders will have a difficult decision to make on whether they move ahead with enlarging an unreformed Europe, or one which is eventually reformed, but likely leaves candidate countries waiting even longer in the wings.